One of the things I noticed in my work on tarot and on arcane subjects is what I call Hollywood occultism, meaning the disservice of a lot of films that scare the pants off of people using things like tarot or using different occult situations in order to insinuate that this is the nature of what is actually being looked at. And it's as if to say, through exaggeration, we will understand the nature of the story. The nature of the story is, when we pull back, not something that is like a remote control that you just click and you can do. We have that. It's called surveillance equipment. We have all of the technology that does that. We have the remote control, I'm a god that can kill you at 1,000 miles. That is not at all what this energy or ideas are about. They are much more about the sense of an inward coherence that begins to realize that the setting on the outside is actually the setting on the inside. And that anything is going to change out there, it's got to change in terms of how we actually are putting it together within ourselves. And a lot of the discipline is that, can't I be angry? And I think that Star Wars did it best, saying, yes, Luke, you can be angry, but you'll come to the dark side. You'll become one of us. And it's like, drat, why? Well, that type of Hollywood occultism was very helpful, because actually that was Joseph Campbell mythology, meaning that myth teaches not the didgeridoo of occult forces and using the mind to do dastardly things to one another, but actually a much deeper principle about the force itself, meaning, are you in alignment with a greater truth? Do you stand erect? Does the energy come out of the top of your head, meaning, are you spinning like a toroid so your energy is whole and holy? Or are you simply tilted forward, engaged in that which is forever tumbling away? So much of the gyroscope that is in the tarot, if we start spinning that wheel and move away from, as I say, the fear offering, we'll start to realize that we are being given tools that are very ancient, that have been unfortunately carried into a lot of mud. So we a lot of times only see the outer mud. But I spent decades clearing that mud off, and I found jewels. Absolute jewels. And what I found, like an explorer coming back from a hidden cave, was, my God, we have no idea who we are. We have been taught to think that we are just this little puny thing that has to be afraid. And this says, you actually are the embodiment of the whole and holy nature of creation. You've simply forgotten. And you can't just be that way or explode. But if we realize what we're trying to do is, in our own lives, maybe take just a little bit of that mud off of ourselves, we might, at least for a moment, say, there seems to be something sparkling under here. I'm not sure what it is, but I better check it out. That's why I feel this work, this tarot revision, and a lot of the other, the Codex Tours, these are very important to looking beneath the mud and getting past Hollywood occultism. There's nothing to fear. There's only that to bring forth, and to realize in so doing, we are capable of anything. And that brings forth renaissance, rebirth, my kind of thing. Thanks.